So we're going to do this. We're going to put the Ox on and draw 3 cards. Incredible. So we'll be able to come in and finish them off next turn. It's nothing quite like forcing a player into having no lands for several. Welcome to Menacing MTG. We have a Gruul Plus deck here. We got a Gruul deck that ramps up mana, kills the opponent's lands, and brings on monstrous creatures that kill other things, attack other things. We also have Faceless Haven in here that can add to the fun, and Field of Ruin. So what we have for land removal, as you know, in this new age of Standard, there's less land removal than there was before. So we have all 4 Smashing Success. We have all 4 Waking of the Trolls. So the idea is to get land advantage, have more lands than the opponent, bring on Waking of the Trolls. It kills the land. It takes one of their lands from their graveyards and puts it on the battlefield on your side, and then you get the number of trolls equal to the number of lands that you have in addition to the opponent's. So yeah, it can get really fun when you get this rolling. Removal here, we have 4 Frostbites. We have the Bone Crusher Giant. We have card draw in the form of Ox of Aghanos, and we have 4 Lotus Cobra to ramp us up. A couple Lovestruck Beasts here, and a Rampart Smasher. And then we have 4 Surtland Flinger. So yeah, we have these are giants. This is a giant. And the Beanstalk Giant is here. And the Beanstalk Giant, of course, can also get us a land with its sorcery. And so the big scary creatures involved here, beyond the Surtland Flinger, are, of course, the many, many trolls we'll get on the board. Kogla, which fights an opponent's creature when it comes on, and then when it attacks, you can destroy, try to add an artifact or enchantment that the opponent controls. Of course, the Beanstalk Giant benefits from the number of lands you have on the board, which is usually many, many by the time he lands. And same with Rampaging Brontodon. This is really kind of the knockout card in the deck, in that it's a 7/7 with trample, and it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each land you control whenever it attacks. To round things out, we have a Thorn Mammoth. Whenever Thorn Mammoth or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Thorn Mammoth fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. So yeah, just tons of fun here. We have a lot of lands here. We have 19, 23, 24, 25, and 2 is 27 lands, a lot. We also have Tormod's Crypt here, in case we're going up against something that's using the graveyard. I think actually what I'm going to do right in your presence here, even though all the games I've recorded have 2 of these, I think it's beneficial to go down to 1 and buff up here. I have to turn this around to do this. To add a Bone Crusher Giant, so we have a full play set. So there you have it. That's the whole 9. I think we've mentioned everything in here. Very fun deck. Doesn't win all the time. You know, some fast-moving decks can take it out. Although it's pretty darn potent. And maybe a little more successful with the 1 Bone Crusher Giant, because this isn't doing a whole lot. Really, this was designed around the historic version of the land kill deck, where you are dumping all kinds of lands in the graveyard. Then you can empty the exile the opponent's graveyard. But it is handy because there are a lot of decks that are using Luris and bringing things back by various means. So it is handy to have on board. So yeah, check it out. It's super fun. I appreciate you watching. Consider subscribing. And yeah, thanks. Have a great night. I'm going to keep this hand and just hope that I'm going to get some red mana. And I'll probably pay for that. There's red, that's excellent. Okay, we are getting the land, so I can't complain too much about that. We're nearing Waking the Trolls territory, and we do have a lot of land kill here in hand and land advantage. So we've got the land we need to get the job done here. Okay, they've got the crab, which is not good news here. We're going to go for a land at this time. Not that their deck needs much land, but we're looking to just throw on a ton of trolls here. And we could actually empty them out of lands through this process. So we'll be able to kill the crab next turn, and yeah. Okay, that's great. The alternative is we can bring on the Surtland. I do think that's probably the better choice at this time. Comes on, we got a blocker. And an attacker, more importantly. And we're really closing in. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's really too bad. Really closing in on the Rampaging Brontodon, and I'm glad to see that, because that means unless they throw a land up here, we're going to be able to get on trolls. And they did throw up a land, which is really too bad. It means that they may have another counter spell. And I feel like we've got to roll the dice here. I think he's on, that's great. Okay. That means we're going to have quite a few trolls as we'll get an island. We've got another Waking of the Trolls we can bring, or we could use 2 Frostbites at any point. I've actually used 2 Frostbites and bring out Faceless Haven as an attacker. We're frankly going to have enough mana to bring out the Brontodon this turn. And they're looking for Brazen Barrower, I believe. They must have... They have a Brazen Barrower they're planning on bringing out perhaps here this coming turn. We'll take an island. We'll bring trolls out. They may be they might want to shoot a trolls back, but the reality is there's 2 out, and I can just keep bringing them and emptying their lands out here. And they may counter this, which would be fine with me if they don't counter it, okay? So we have the Brontodon. We're going to have trolls. They may bounce one of the Waking of the Trolls. Really killing their lands is not something I need to do. It's just to get a ton of trolls on the board so I can go in for a big, huge attack. I've still got 33 cards. They really haven't succeeded. They haven't gotten the enchantment on the board. And they've got 3 mana, so they're clearly, folks, well, they're going to let this resolve. Get this Okay, we get the land after the trolls come on. We got 4 trolls, which is living hell for them. They're going to shoot one back. No big thing. We're just going to... No, I'm going to cancel this. Let's see, we have... Yeah, we have plenty of land to get this done, so let's get it done. And that's the game right there, really. Unless they have another brazen borrower to shoot that back. But we're going to get a slew more trolls here. We have 10 lands to their 4 at this moment. Okay. I think we're going to have enough trolls to get it done anyway. So they got 1 turn to get it done, and I've got 29 cards. Clearly it's not going to happen. We can bring out Faceless Haven in addition. And they're going to charm sleep, but it's a moot point, folks. It's over. We're going to keep this hand. It's pretty good looking. We get everything we really need here. We can bring on the Lotus Cobra. Then the Lovestruck Beast can create a 1/1 token at some point early on. We're going to get Not Volt on first, though. And then we're going to get Lotus Cobra on. Okay, it's time for the Lotus Cobra to come on. That just accelerates everything, so actually next turn we can bring on Rampart Smasher, which will be a major coup. Okay, revitalize. Okay, that's great. Significant creature this early, turn 3. Going to be difficult to remove, although it's black and white, so they could have exile or murder or eliminate or something like that. But we're actually reeling in the snow-covered forest. Will get us closer to rampaging Brontodon. Okay, we got Veto here. Okay, very interesting here. Another Lotus Cobra, which is great. So if we get one more land, We can actually bring the beast out now, which is outstanding. And one land gets us the Brontodon on the board. So that's excellent. Okay, they're going to lock that up. They'll gain 4 life, which will hurt us. Just looking for a land here. We get it. That's great. Brontodon's on. And we can come in with the Lovestruck Beast, which they will not block. Okay. Wouldn't mind bringing the Saga aboard at any point here. Okay, Boot Nipper, see if they have life link on that. They do not. They have Death Touch, okay. Kind of surprised by that. Okay, and they get Shadow Spear, which is a nice card for them with this, with Veto on the board, but I'm surprised they didn't go with lifelink with Boot Nipper. As the Rampaging Brontodon, if we don't get a land, is going to be a 12/12. We got a land, so that's going to make it a 13/13. I think we can probably kill them right here. Boot Nipper will take out the Lovestruck Beast. And Vito will take out one of the Lotus Cobras. But that should be enough to kill them. Oh gosh, he goes for the Brontodon, which is a huge error, as it's got Trample. Doesn't matter, we're going to kill them anyway. But we'll kill them, they'll have less life than they would have. It's the game. Yeah, I guess this is a keeper. We got the Beanstalk, we'll be able to bring out a land with that. Not too bad. Turn 4, we should be able to use Smashing Success, and we'll be hoping for some more lands to roll in. Maybe a Lotus, Cobra. Okay, that's great. Another Smashing Success. Of course, as always with this deck, we're hoping that the opponent struggles with their own land production here, and we're getting a good run here, really good. We use the giant here, get us a big advantage. Okay, Soaring Thought Thief. It's a bit of a pain in the neck. We're hoping to just keep taking their lands. They get their third land up. Okay, not a good card there. We don't like that card at all. And now they're going to be drawing cards, so the lands will be flowing out probably. We have 2 turns in a row of smashing success, and with any luck there, we'll be able to bring on Waking of the Trolls. There goes a land. Okay, a land. That's terrific. So, smashing success. Let's see what we got here. Let's get rid of a black. We're actually going to play the Waking the Trolls because we can play Smashing of Success next, and sooner that we get the troll tokens on board, sooner the better here. Excuse me. Okay, terrific. So we'll drop them to a single land. Next turn we'll take another. We're going to gain one of their lands next turn as well. So we've got a huge pile of lands, a huge advantage. Arguably we'll be able to kill them very quickly. Also have Beanstalk Giant. That'll be coming on soon. They don't have any lands. This is outrageous here. Doesn't much matter here. We'll take Evolving Wilds. That's functional as one of a land we can use here. Smashing Success, they're out of lands, folks. So they're stuck with what they've got. I mean, it's doing some damage, but it's not going to happen fast enough. We've killed a ton of their lands here. And now we're going to just, let's see, we've got a total of 8 lands to 0. We're going to throw out 8 4/4 trolls here unless they can put a land down, which would bring it to 7. And they do not have a land. I'm going to give them a good game. Holy mackerel, okay. So we're going to do this. We're going to put the Ox on and draw 3 cards. Incredible. So we'll be able to come in and finish them off next turn. It's nothing quite like forcing a player into having no lands for several turns. That's just amazing.